Let's bring in Nick Freeman, very well-known motoring lawyer, once described in the press as Mr. Loophole. I'm sure that's how you get mail. Nick, afternoon to you.
Good afternoon,
A
James.
lot of confusion here around these e-scooters, isn't there?
Well, there is. I'm slightly shocked to hear, was it the Chief Constable, Assistant Chief Constables, conveying an impression that they're actually being used in Brighton and that's not a pilot area. Have I understood that correctly?
Yeah, well, that people are. You see them everywhere, though, don't you?
Well, they're all illegal. The only ones that are legal are ones that are in pilot areas that are rented. If you buy one and use it on the road, they are illegal. You have no insurance for it. You're likely to get the machine confiscated. You're likely to be. You'll have no insurance. You'll get 6 to 8 penalty points on your license. You could be disqualified from driving, and of course, it's important to. I mean, they are illegal. That's the end of it. So what concerns me is, having listened to the officer, the police appear to be turning a blind eye to responsibly driven illegal vehicles, which I'm bound to say I find incredible, because the police should police it, and any e-scooter used in Brighton should be confiscated, and the person should be dealt with according to the letter of the law. That is 6 to 8 points on your license for no insurance. So it appears the police are sitting back and watching people do it and just taking the view, as long as it's responsible, we give you the green light.
Well, the police
So,
they do say, Nick, that they are cracking down on it.
well, I didn't get that impression. I got the impression that they were cracking down on people who were e-scooting irresponsibly. Every single e-scooter in Brighton should be confiscated, because every single e-scooter used on a public road in Brighton is being done so is doing so illegally.
Right, you want to
So
see them forced to use a registration plate, they're allowed to be
well,
used more
well,
widely.
well. There's a whole host of problems. The first problem, and it's the significant problem, is how do you identify the driver? If they go through a red light, if they drive on the pavement, if their very essence is illegal, who is it? And in my view, what we need is a registration system similar to motor vehicles, bearing in mind exactly the same law applies, that they have a tabard. Everyone wears a high-vis tabard with a registration number that goes to your home address. It has your own personal details on it, so that you are accountable. And if you're accountable, you will probably scoot more responsibly. And I think that at the moment, what you do is you see a lot of illegal use, a lot of irresponsible use. And yes, you can video it, you can hand it in, but it's of absolutely no use whatsoever until you know who's driving it. And as I say, you know, um, if you don't know who's driving it, the law is largely redundant. Well, it's completely redundant. So there are other problems as well. The design, in my view, is inadequate. The wheels, I think they're 16-inch wheels. They're too small. There's problems with potholes. There's problems with motorists. Motorists are driving in these machines. The maximum speed is 15.5 miles per hour. These are the rental ones on the pilot scheme. So they come up silently on either the near side or the off side. Motorists aren't used to it. And the difficulty is, obviously, people using e-scooters will get to the front of a queue. They want to make good their time. They're normally in a hurry, and there's going to be many accidents. They don't have to wear helmets. They're obviously very vulnerable. And the default position, unfortunately, is that the driver is going to have to prove that actually it wasn't his fault. There's almost a reverse burden of proof, and it operates in the same way for cyclists. And so the motorist is going to have to be very careful about how they drive, because they're going to have to watch out for these e-scooters.
Right, well, look, good talking to you, Nick. I want to bring in Neil.